Welcome to the Welfare Transition OSST To Do's training presentation. Today's presentation is brought to you by the Welfare Transition Department. Today you will be learning about the OSST To Do's process in Region 16. The meaning of the to-dos is when the user or supervisor is notified that an event or action needs to occur on a case. The to-dos are generated within the OSST system to serve as reminders to review and maintain some portion of the OSST case. On the welfare transition side, we refer to these actions as to-dos, and on the MIS side, meaning DCF and the Florida system, refers to these action items as alerts. The two systems communicate nightly, and this is sometimes called interfacing. DCF will share alerts with OSST, and OSST turns them into to-dos. During this module, we will look further into the types of to-dos that are created and also how career specialists can actually create their own as reminders to maintain some portion of their cases. The to-do list is arranged in 6 categories: case, penalty, activities, informational, personal, and historical. Case to-dos refer to major actions regarding the assignment or change in status for cases within a caseload. This category would include to-dos related to new cases, transferred cases, reopened cases, and also closed cases. Let's discuss the first category of the to-dos. These case to-dos usually require quick action. Let's take a look at them now. The first one, new case to-dos. This to-do tells the career specialist or supervisor that there has been a new customer created in OSST. Number 2, the closed case to-do. The closed case to-do is created when a case needs to be closed and usually comes from Florida. This to-do is rather specific and also identifies the closure reason and effective date to take the action. The third one, reopen case to-dos. This to-do identifies that a case has been reopened in OSST and has been referred to the Welfare Transition Program to participate. The to-do also advises the staff member to review the case history prior to assignment of activities to ensure proper assignment is being taken. Number 4, the transfer from to-do is normally used to alert the staff member that a case needs to be transferred out to another region, county, or unit, and identifies to close all services and activities, JPRs, and also employment prior to closing and transferring out. The transfer to tells the staff member that the case has been transferred into your caseload and that action should be taken right away to schedule an appointment, complete an assessment, the IRP, and also assign activities. Category 2, penalties. The penalty to-do refers to the status of penalties for cases within a caseload. This category would include to-dos related to requested penalties, imposed penalties, lifted penalties, and also cash severance benefits. The penalty to-dos are rather important and should be processed like any other to-do. This to-dos comes with negative action on the case. For an example, when it comes to penalties, it sometimes means a sanction will have to be requested or is now in place. When it comes to TANF and SNAP sanctions, the details section will either identify that the sanction has been imposed or lifted. If the sanction is in place by Florida for the customer, the to-do will actually tell the worker to close the case and terminate all services. When this happens, staff sometimes want to immediately close all services and close the case. This is not the case, as staff should leave the case open until the last day that the cash benefits are received. It's okay to close out services if the customer is no longer meeting participation requirements. If the penalty to do alerts the staff member that the sanction has been lifted, the customer is now mandatory, then all efforts need to be made to engage the customer as quickly as possible through activity assignment, IRP, and assessment. Cash severance is coded under penalty, but is only considered a penalty under the Florida system, as the customer is signing off of cash assistance for 6 months in place of receiving a lump sum of monies to help the customer stay self-sufficient. The customer will still be potentially eligible for transitional benefits, providing verification of continued employment is provided ongoing. Activity to-dos refer to the tracking and maintenance of ongoing activities for cases within a caseload. This category would include to-dos related to supportive services, training and activities, job placement, follow-up, job participation, and also assessments. Let's dig a little deeper into the activity to-dos, as these are the ones that are most often appear and require the most action. The first one, assessment to-dos, flags the case to remind a staff member that the assessment was scheduled for a particular person on a specific date. Number 2, the activity training to-do, advising that an activity is scheduled to begin or anticipated to end on a certain date and is meant to help the staff stay alert of the upcoming change. Number 3, the service to-do, primarily tells the staff member that a service is scheduled to start or it's about to expire based upon the start dates and the anticipated end dates entered into OSST. Number 4, activity JPRs, prompt the staff member that hours from an assigned activity are due to be entered into the job participation rate section of OSST, and if no hours are received and entered, then a pre-penalty would be needed to be started. Number 5, job follow-up, placement to-do, is a reminder to verify continued employment and document the 30, 60, 90, and 180-day follow-ups in the follow-up section of OSST, along with maintaining verification in the case file. Category 4, informational to-dos. This refers to changes on cases in a caseload that do not require a specific action. For example, pending disability benefits or a program change. The informational to-dos cover the largest area of the to-dos in OSST. Informational to-dos usually refer to the changes that are being made to cases and doesn't always require an action. Let's look at some of the informational to-dos that staff might be receiving while working in OSST. Disability benefits to-do usually alerts the staff member that a specific customer has a pending, approved, or denied SSI or SSDI application. In some cases, an alternative screen section in OSST may need to be updated to reflect the case changes, and if the SSI or SSDI benefits are approved, Staff may also receive a closure to do to close the case as the customer is no longer mandatory. Number 2, the program change to do provides the staff member a prompt to review the activity and hours assigned due to a change in program code by Florida. Number 3, registration status change to do tells the staff member that a change has been made in Florida registration, and staff should always verify the AGPI codes along with the AWAA codes to see if the customer has become exempt or if the customer has actually become mandatory and now needs to be actually participating. Staff should always check both OSST and Florida to ensure proper status. The transitional service to do are informational to-dos that provide reminders that there are possible services getting ready to start or come to an end. The substance abuse mental health, also known as SAMH to-dos, tell the staff that the customer is either participating in an SAMH or that the individual has ended the services, and sometimes action needs to be taken to the alternative plan screen. The hardship to do alerts the staff member or processor that there is no hardship completion date and that there is possibly another hardship coming due. It usually gives the new hardship referral date in the to-do also. Category 5, personal to-dos, refers to tasks created by a specific user in OSST, not necessarily related to case, and may also be created by other users in OSST like supervisors or other career specialists. Personal to-dos are created by a staff member or a supervisor and can cover any task associated with managing an OSST case. Personal to-dos will also allow the staff member to set deadlines and reminders for actions on the OSST cases to maintain any portion of the case. By creating these tasks, staff members and supervisors have the option of setting non-case related items to ensure quality and timeliness of all case actions. Personal to-dos are a helpful way to ensure they are leading customers towards self-sufficiency. The historical to-dos refers to historical tasks which were identified as completed and cleared or confirmed from another to-do list category. The historical to-dos often alert the career specialist of a change in the SSN of a customer by Florida or at the state level. The historical to-dos will also notify of any employer information change, which both may require updates in the OSST system. To-do wrap-up. Remember that to-dos are imperatives to successful case management in workforce development and welfare transition. Timely action on to-dos ensures compliance with DEO and local policy. Focus on the tools you have on hand and utilize them fully. It makes life so much easier. We hope that you've enjoyed this training and found greater knowledge. This concludes our session of the Welfare Transition OSST To-Dos. We hope that you have found added knowledge about our program. If you have any further questions, please feel free to review our SOP or contact the Welfare Transition team. Thank you and enjoy your day.